If one wants to put an umbrella concept around negotiation, it seems to me it's this one. Every negotiation is a mixed motive process. That in the negotiation process, we actually have to manage two different voices inside of us that are not the same. One voice is saying, look, this is an opportunity to get all that you can get. If you make the right moves here, if you're shrewd enough, you'll be able to bring value to your side of the table, and you need to do that for your business. You need to do that for your client. This is a world that is extraordinarily competitive. And then there's another voice inside of us that says, hold on just a second. If you compete too hard and too fast and too much, you may never get to negotiate with this person again. And we're about the business of long-term relationships and negotiations over and over again. So there has to be in the negotiation some element of cooperation. There has to be some willingness to give. There's got to be something where we allow the other side to leave feeling very, very good about this result as well. There has to be a cooperative mode, and those are the two voices that shout inside your mind during this process. And as you think about your strategic moves in the process, they are likely to be on one side or the other. Is this a competitive move or is this a cooperative move? Is this a move that's leading to my capturing value, which I'm charged to get? Or is this a move that somehow is going to envision this relationship in such a way that it can happen over and over again? The moves will all reflect where we are on that particular chart. If you look down here at the bottom, and this is just the 40-hour course in a box, we really have two different approaches to negotiation. The top one here, called competitive negotiation, in most negotiation terminology would be the world of distributive bargaining. It would be assuming we have a fixed amount of value and your goal is to get as much of it as you can. That naturally turns into a competitive enterprise. The other side, we have a world of cooperative negotiation, or what we'll call integrative bargaining, and that has as its orientation a sense of doing some things so that value is created, and if we have more value, it's easier to share. Now we could spend hours and hours looking at each of those, but for our purposes today in this kind of abbreviated version of things, I just want you to get a sense of that tension and the fact that that tension gives you choices. You don't always have to do it the same way. In fact, one of you was talking, we talked about the prisoner's dilemma, about the externalities. And the reality is that people who negotiate do have long memories. We remember the last time we dealt with you, and if it was a pleasant experience, I'll tell 6 people, I think, on average. If it was an unpleasant experience, I'll tell about 45 people. And so there are externalities to this. The reality is, it may not be the mob, as in our circumstance a moment ago, but there are some things out there that feed in and put all of this in a context. And so it becomes pretty important as we make that decision.